Hello and welcome. Today we'll be presenting about Mexico's media landscape. Mexico is known for its diversity on cultural and environmental. It's located on the North America and is bordered with the United States as well as Guatemala, Belize, and the Caribbean Sea. The population has increased over 128 billion. The first freedom ranking is 147, who has increased over the years as the journalists are able to express themselves and social media has been impacted through this. The internet penetration is 65%, has increased as well over the decades, and the peace index rating is 140, who has as well has decreased over the process of time as the government has regulated more boundaries across the criminals. The government type is federal republic. To continue with, the development has been transformed over the decades as Guillermo Gonzalez Camarena was the first inventor of the patent for the color TV, as well Carlos Slim, who is one of the biggest billionaires across the globe. He created the telecommunications in Mexico, creating different channels of distribution for media and propaganda. As well, 85% of the households in Mexico own a mobile phone that has been different. That has been different from different countries such as China and India, who also have the same marks as Mexico. This has led to social media influencers to build even their own telecommunication systems, such as Luisito, who created his own telecommunication system. As well, 25% of Mexico population are 0 to 24 years old, and this means that there's a low gap from the different stage of ages, who is that between 20 to 40 years old. As well, the percentage of is 65% for females and 35 for male. These are some examples of the traditional media and the digital media. On the left hand, we have the most common ones, that is Televisa and TV Azteca, who is the major players, who we consider the duopolies of media in Mexico. As well, they have different channels of distribution, from radio to newspapers into billboards. Radio used to play an important aspect on Mexico's media, as they were able to transmit throughout all the nation, all the news from the government, and as well from the news, they were able to express themselves, but it was integrated with the government, as some of this needs to be censored and not uncensored in order not to prepare bad propaganda for the government. As well, the billboards play an important tool for Mexico's media, because you can see it all across Mexico City or even in other states, as people with lack of resources were able to see and see what's happening throughout these other stages of media. In the other side, we have the new social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, and all these platforms that has allowed the media to even incorporate more to different channels. And as well, one of the biggest example that is trending right now is Twitch, who has led companies to even invest in Mexico in order to attract more talent and generate more content on social media in order to create more media. And this has led companies such as Larva, who's a game studio company, to create their own media platform in Mexico to create video games, and in order to them to sell it throughout ads of social media in different platforms. Now we have some examples of the communications in Mexico. The biggest example that we have is in the 43 missing. It was worldwide news. It was throughout Twitter, who they were able to see how the role of the media was integrated. As well, the government were able to announce that vaccinations, how to tell the population that they need to get vaccinated. and some other strengths. In Mexico, we have a lot of mass events that they need to be announced. So media has played a big role for organizations to entertain and to show themselves throughout different characteristics. So from health to government and to entertainment. The transformation from media started, began with the government, with the TV, the journals, and the radio, and it has been transformed and disrupted as the years pass. As there's more freedom of speech, there was creation of more industries, and the education, for example, during the pandemic, the media was able to generalize the consent in order for people to let the government know that they need the stream in order for their in order to be educated on home. These are some examples of the relationship between the media and the government. As you can see, there's a lot of criticism about the presidency and the government. These are some examples of the memes that is known like that. But the relationship between the government and the media has been always been like this. It's been always been disrupted by the population throughout these humorous pictures. Now we have in here how the media support the different sectors of society. On the public sector, the government were implemented through media the knowledge of suicidal hotlines and different platforms in order to promote the self-awareness. As well, the military were able to create their own social media platform in order to themselves connect with each other. And in education-wise, as mentioned before, it helped the education system during the pandemic. On the private sector, the business and arts were the main is the main capital right now, as the fintech company have improved their communications and have provided more investment to their companies. And in the social sector, we have the communities, the non-profit organizations, and the families that have been taken care by the government, and all these cycles together. To finish with this slide, this is one of the most examples of the economic impact that's happening right now in Mexico. The industry is known to be large. We have different sectors from televisions, propaganda, stadiums, and even more. And now more than with the fintech industry that is increasing, is predicted to have a value of $24 billion by 2025. I hope you understand this presentation, and thanks for listening.